Shalom. Kol halayim la Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekha Kodash. All praises be to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh, in the name of his beloved, only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth, who are my spiritual fathers. Peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. It's 12 Payah from the Providence, Rhode Island camp. And Lord willing, this lesson's edifying and straight to the point. I don't mean to make this too long, but I just want to go into a few scriptures concerning what the Heavenly Father has in store for his elect, and through his elect for the rest of the nation of Israel. But I want to read Romans chapter 8 in the NLT, starting at verse 18. It says, "Yet what we suffer now is nothing compared to the glory he will reveal to us later." Right? We're all suffering, waking up every single day, going to work, going back home. It's a constant cycle as we wait, as we get punished day in and day out, ultimately for the transgressions of our fathers, which in the reincarnation is us, who's here today. We're suffering for the transgression. So going to Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, we're going through all these curses, and here it is. You got a lot of people in this world that look forward to thriving in this place, a place ran by wickedness, where up is down and down is up, where things that are evil are labeled as good, and things that are good are labeled as evil. This is a suffering that we're going through as a nation. And the ones that are suffering the most right now are those that know who they are and that are working out their salvation with fear and trembling. See, with much wisdom comes much grief, as is written in Ecclesiastes. But verse 19 says, "For all creation is waiting eagerly for the future day when the Most High will reveal who his children really are." So even the things that are not human, right, such as dogs, fishes, birds, worms, everything is waiting eagerly for that day, for the day of Yahweh Shai to come and gather his elect. Because during that gathering, there's going to be a restoration to the planet. Okay? There's no more rulers in that time where Yahweh Shai sets his elect men, starting with David, on the throne. There's no more wicked rulers that's going to bother us anymore, man. Matter of fact, let's go to, in that day, those men are going to be made perfect. They're going to be made righteous. And then through them, the whole nation of Israel, they're going to become perfect and righteous. This is Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 31. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt." All right, going back to the book of Exodus. It says, "Which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord." And that's why we're suffering. We broke the covenant. And as a husband, the Heavenly Father was providing, protecting us, giving us comfort, security, things that women, things that they see, that they wish for today. Okay? They wish for that today. Some of them try to act like they don't, but truthfully, they do deep down. Okay, and continuing on, like I said, I'm not gonna make this too long. It says, "But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people." See, now we're no longer going to be in a state of sin. We're not going to know what it is. And it's going to be the best feeling ever. Because right now, we can't sit here and say we don't know what sin feels like. We know what it feels like because of these bodies. You see, it wasn't the law, like the scriptures say. It wasn't the law that was made corrupted, but it's really us that's the corrupt ones. You see, continuing on, verse 34. "And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them." So even those Israelites that die on during the time of World War III, the nuclear destruction, or Jacob's trouble, you know, they themselves are gonna come back as the least in the kingdom, and they themselves are gonna know the Lord. Okay, which shows you we're not in the new covenant entirely right now. It says, "For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. Thus saith the Lord, which give the sun for a light by day, which give and the ordinance of the moon and the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from me before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me. And thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all they have done, saith the Lord." But this is the point right here. This is building off on what's in store for us. In verse 38 says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the city shall be built to the Lord from the tower of Hananel unto the gate of the corner." Right? So Jerusalem's going to be built back up. And the measuring, because it's going to get destroyed. Right now, there's a bunch of heathens in the land. "And the measuring line shall yet go forth over against it upon the hill of Gareb, and shall compass about Goath, and the whole valley of the dead bodies and the ashes, and all the fields unto the brook of Kidron, unto the corner of the horse gate toward the east. It shall be holy unto the Lord. It shall not be plucked up nor thrown down any more forever." And then there's more of, the righteousness that the Heavenly Father has in store for us in the next chapter as well. But this is what we have to look for and wait patiently for. Okay, it's not on us. We can't do things on our own time, right? We just have to suffer patiently. But Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Shalom.